All right. So we got here Darren Credo and Will Wilson. It's Will Wilson at the table right now. Want to welcome everybody back. Remember to share this video and like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and follow us on Instagram. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel, please. That helps. That all helps to keep this stream free and keep us going. All right, so this is Darren Credo at the table. You may know him. His father is Eddie Credo, a longtime player. Eddie is usually here too. I don't know why he's not. So I do know our next match coming up is going to be an A-side match. It'll be Wayne Greenbaugh versus Stephen Weekly. And then after that, the match after that will be Stan Tarango and Dan Louie. So after this match, we're going to be switching to A-side matches. Oh, yeah. The brackets for this event are available online at challenge.com. You can search under Spokane 9-Ball Open. Thank you, Michael Iyer, for posting the bracket link up in our Facebook. I appreciate that. All right, looks like Darren takes the first one. This is a race to 7. It is a race to 7 on the B side until we get back into the money rounds. And then it will jump back up to a race to 9. Okay, the Fargos for these two gentlemen. Darren is a 553 and Will is a 535. Thank you. Okay, so Will misses the one. And leaves a good shot for Darren. Cut this in the corner pocket. Now my thought is you actually play this to where you run into the 3 and kind of pop that 3 out a little bit more. Hi.
Is this a match going on here?
Yep.
Well, I'm going to go to the washroom. If you'd like some help, I'll
Sure.
jump in.
Sure, come on. Okay, how are you doing? I got that tucked right up behind the 8. There is a 1-rail kick. Thank you. That was a good shot. Unfortunately, Darren's going to be able to see the 3. But, and the question is whether or not he's got enough room to actually pocket it into the side pocket, or if you play the 3-4 combination and then set up for the 3 down on the corner, which I think is probably the better thing to do. Because if you play the 3 into the 4, your 3 is naturally going to go head down in that direction. Your cue ball is actually going to come off the rail and come back out so that you actually have a shot on that 3 ball. So I think that's what you do instead of trying to. I think the combination is actually probably a little easier, but that's me. Okay. Looks like he's going to get his extension. All right, that puts Darren up 2-0 over Will Wilson.
Alrighty.
All right, so we have Paul Potier joining me now.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Well, you know, the good part about a tournament like this where there's so many players and few tables is you get to sleep a lot. You're able to get to sleep if you're in the winner's bracket. So that's good. One little motivation to stay in the winner's bracket.
Yeah.
Get to sleep in. And so who have we got here?
This is Darren Carrito.
And
At the table now, and he
Will?
is playing Will Wilson, yeah.
All right.
So Darren is Eddie Carrito's son.
Oh, okay. And he's up 2-0.
He's up 2-0.
He's got a jacket on. Must be cold over where he is. What's the temperature outside?
It's warm outside,
Yeah, 85-ish.
probably, but there's air conditioning in here.
Yes, there is. In fact, the air conditioning where I'm staying at this Airbnb, I've got to wear sweats and a sweater in
Yeah.
bed because it's so cold. It's funny. It's summertime. Oh, there's others that are wearing sweaters as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I actually have one behind me because I got cold yesterday and didn't have a sweatshirt, so.
Oh my goodness! You know what? Thinking about that, I have sweaters back at I didn't bring any with me. I always do. Should have had it in my car.
Well, it's funny. In the wintertime, we go out, and, we put a jacket on, we go outside.
And we have a sweater normally.
Yeah. And in the summertime, we put a jacket on to come inside.
Well, when I was in Portland last weekend, I wore a sweater
Yeah.
almost because it was freezing. The second match, I played terrible and lost, but I was freezing and I didn't have a sweater with me. So that changed after that.
Yeah.
So is Eddie here?
No, he's not here.
I haven't seen him. So, but his son is. So okay. That looks like that might go. From my perspective, it looks like there's room there, but can't tell from here.
It looks like it might.
Well, on this table, it would anyway, as long as he just barely misses that 2. Yep. Well, he hit that with nice confidence there. It's good. So you can either draw this out over a little bit, play the 3 in the corner, or draw all the way back to play 3 in the side. See how he feels here. Oh, the stun to play it in the corner is a little bit dangerous because now he's frozen or on the rail.
Mm-hmm.
Got less that he can do with the cue ball. And he's going away from the 4 ball with the cue ball this way. I need a little bit more thought, I think. So he's going to jack up, which definitely decreases your chances of being accurate here. He might get lucky. Looks like he did.
I think he
Well, plan B.
did. Get lucky.
Plan B, get lucky.
And
in
hook
any
'em.
way I can, yeah. So this, see amateurs take a look, they go and they go kick to hit the ball and whatever, where a pro is going to be looking at this to see the different, what could go good, what could go bad if I hit it on this side and that. And he just jumps up and hits it. So it's not about intelligence either. It's about a formula, like what should I do in this situation, and then be committed to doing it. You really got to look around and take a look at it. Doesn't mean you have to take half an hour. It just means
You just
don't take 2 seconds though.
I know for myself, when I take a little bit of time, walk around the table and look at it and actually plan what I'm going to do, my
pocketing ability increases.
Increases, yeah.
that's right.
It's even on the kick shots, and I'm pretty good at kicking for the most part. I can usually hit the ball, and then maybe 25% or 30% of the time actually make the ball. So, but if I and then I decide, okay, I want to hit here, just set it down there. Thank you. If I want, this is where I want to hit it because this is where I want the ball to go, then I have a higher chance of actually doing that than if I do if I just
just go and whack at it.
Yeah.
So here, this is a little bit tricky. So he's trying to get over there for the 5 ball. That would or 6, 7 ball. That's interesting. But anyway, he missed the ball. So I guess he just didn't like anything. Here, this is a difficult shot. But one of the ways of playing this is to cross bank the 5 back towards the 9, because now you're not going to scratch the cue ball. It's going to go into the 7. The other way is to play it soft and hit the 5 almost straight on for the cue ball to end up on the frozen on the back rail and the 5 to go past the 7, leaving him snookered. But, when you're shooting a shot that long distance, it's hard to trust it that it's going to stay straight. Another one is to just knock the 5 ball 2 rails over behind the 9, which is what I like the best. So I can control this easily to knock this 5 ball over to the back rail. More about controlling the 5 ball than it is about controlling the cue ball in this case. But the cue ball stays on this side of the table, so the worst case scenario has a very long, thin cut. Oh, he tried the soft one, and he did not bad, just a little too hard, that's all. Is the right shot and the right angle, it's just too hard. That's the advantage of playing one pocket a lot, is you have that kind of control. If you don't play much one pocket, those little soft shots never come up in a normal game for you. Now, that was a good option. He just hit it very bad, and that's from not taking any time. He could actually put the 5 ball behind the 9 and the cue ball behind the 7, both, if he'd have just looked at it a little bit longer, got a real good feel for it, visualized it, felt it. Instead, he just got up and hit it quickly. So here, cross bank to the corner is really a good shot here with the speed to have the 5 ball go 2 rails and then into the middle of by the end rail if you miss, or go into the corner pocket on this in the bank and then back down here for the 7. So it's a safety, it's a two-way shot. Rather than trying to make it in the corner and get what kind of position you're going to get on the 7. Like, you're going to get back down table when your cue ball's almost frozen to the rail. That's just denial. But it looks like he's playing with denial. Well, we'll see what happens. It's possible he can get there, but that's really well done there. I don't think I could have shot that well. That was very, very good. Yeah, a little bit firmer would have been better there, but definitely that was the shot. 2 rails, 3 rails for the 9. Another shot off the rail here. Well, he made it. That's good.
Well, when you leave yourself on the rail a lot, you get good at it.
I suppose. Man, that was a heck of a shot there from the back rail, shooting that 5 ball in and coming around. I definitely would have played the cross. I would have tried the cross bank. Whether I'd make it or not, it would have been safer. If I missed that 5 ball, the chances are very good I'm selling out. Just gave away the game. That's a very good shot.
So who's your next opponent?
I don't know.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, I could find out. I've got the draw sheet here, but I don't really look.
Do you like to be surprised?
It doesn't matter to me. I'm expecting to play the way I would play if I was playing Efren Reyes or Earl Strickland or Wu or anybody. That's how I'd play. I'm not going to give anybody less respect. So what does it really matter? I'm not going to have any kind of different strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to be looking at the thing thinking, oh, hey, I should have no problem beating this guy, and starting, thinking that for a while before I play in the match. I think that's very bad.
Yeah.
Or worrying, oh my goodness, now I'm playing one of the better players. And
Is this the Wayne that's here?
Wayne Greenhog, yes, he's
Okay.
here. Yes, he's from Penticton.
Okay.
He's probably the only person here from Penticton, I would think. I was from Penticton until just about a month ago. Now I'm from Vancouver again. Let's see what Will's got here.
What's up?
I wonder why he didn't. He's got the 2-ball. Why wouldn't he just stop the ball and play the 2-ball in the corner? All right. That's okay, too. A little straight on this 3-ball, so I don't know if the 4-ball goes or not. If the 4-ball goes, he's fine, but you really want to get your cue ball closer to the 4-ball here because of the 8-ball being blocking the pocket at least partially. But I can't tell whether it's blocking it a lot. Okay, now this angle is a little bit rough for getting perfect on the 5-ball here. Unless he's playing the combination 4-8, which he is, which is good.
I don't think he had much of a choice.
I guess it didn't go. And there's Wayne right there. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So this should be a 2-railer, and after the second rail, you're going right towards the 5, and it should be pretty easy. Finish like around the center of the table. It's a good idea using a bridge. Now let's see whether or not he's got his right foot forward or his left foot forward as he's using the bridge. He's got his left foot forward. So my recommendation to you guys that play, if you're a right-hander, put your right foot forward, not your left foot forward. And this is why he's kind of fortunate because he really missed that by quite a bit, and it ended up falling anyway. So you're using a bridge, use your right foot forward if you're a right-hander, because your right arm is forward of you, so your right foot should be forward of you. Totally different stance, exactly opposite to if you're shooting right-handed normally.
I've never even noticed.
Well, there you go. It's what I do. Most people that don't know, most Americans put their wrong foot forward when they're doing it. That's why it's one of the reasons why they can't use a bridge very, very well.
Well, my thing is when I see people use a bridge, if they're holding it or if they're actually putting it on the table and putting their hand on top of it so it stays steady, or if they're actually trying to hold it up and trying to, those kinds of, that's the things that always drive me nuts. I've never even noticed how people stand when they're using it.
Wow, that was a very, very big surprise. I certainly didn't expect him to miss that ball after making the 5-ball the game before. Wow. Well, now Will's got a chance to get on the board here. All he's got to do is make this ball, draw off the rail. Doesn't have to get on the, on this side of the. You can make that 7. He doesn't need to have to make it and stay with it. Just make this 5-ball. That's right, just like that. Whoops, except put it in the hole.
Yeah, that does help, doesn't it?
It does. So you see where the cue ball is now. You'd want to have the cue ball about 3 or 4 inches or maybe even a foot further down the table, close to where his left hand is, but not quite that far. Well, not quite that far, but that's about where you don't want it. But he's still doable here because he can make the 7 and go off 1 and then the back rail and back again. You can hit it real soft and just go off 1 rail, but I wouldn't do that because you definitely take a chance of missing this ball thick when you do that. Just go 2 rails, both end rails with the cue ball, and then back down past where the 7-ball is now by about a foot to get a great shot at the 9. That's good for him to do this. This is the right move to get a good feel for it. Oh, he's jacking up too. Don't know why. because he thought he was going to scratch. That's why. But he shouldn't have scratched if he'd have made the ball. We just gave it to him.
He did.
I'm not a fan of that at all.
No, we've had discussions yesterday. There was a discussion between Cole Gibbons and Steve Lingelbach about conceding games, and then we were talking about it this morning, and yeah.
Well, actually, Cole and I chatted a little bit about it when we were online, when we were on the commentary here yesterday. Now, as a personally, I'm way against it, and I've never given it in my life. But as a thing to do in pool and tournaments, I think it's very bad for a number of things. One is it's been proven by all the top players in the world that you can use giving the game away as a sharking technique, as a getting your opponent so that he's not even going to play any pool at all. So he's won a couple games, but he hasn't even even done any warm up. So on the Pro Tour, we all realized that, and we made a rule. This is back in the mid '90s that if you give the game away, you will also lose another game for it, and you get you're penalized in such a way that if you do it again, you lose the set. So we really felt strongly about it. And that's a whole bunch of the hustlers of those days playing pool, also understanding that what that meant. So a lot of tournaments adopted that as well.
Oh yeah, it's every
years.
tournament I put on is don't concede. It's not just the sharking technique. It's like, okay, for the spectators.
Yeah, of
Think
course.
about the spectators. They want to see you play. They want to see.
Right.
They don't want to see.
It's not just about winning.
Yeah.
It's about the
It's
playing.
about playing.
Yeah,
They learn
I
something
agree.
by seeing you play. So, and that's what they're. And then you've got the rooms that are putting in the money. You've got sponsors. They're putting in money so that you play.
Well, we also have the streaming where people are watching at home going, what was that? What happened there? Oh,
Yeah.
that's pathetic, isn't it? I mean, they even know. They would even know they don't play. That's sad. Why didn't you keep shooting?
Yeah. So
it's
it's
just
like, other sports do not
No, even
concede.
golf. What are we going to do when you're playing,
Yeah.
to watch Tiger Woods give the guy his foot putt?
Yeah.
We want to watch the drama of
Right.
missing that foot putt or putting it
Because
in.
it happens.
It sure does, absolutely.
And it's just like it happens, I know a lot of times players will concede if they scratch on the 9. And it's like,
I don't, never have.
you spot the
Never.
9 and you shoot it. And I
Exactly.
expect to shoot it.
Yeah.
That's me. And I'm always usually pretty shocked when somebody says, no, that's fine. And it's like, yeah, that's not such a good idea. Because I've seen 600 and 700 Fargos miss that.
Oops, look at this. So look at this. Look at how what he did there. When this was a roadmap out. This is the kind of thing where guys concede from the 7 ball. They don't even have you shoot the 7 because the 7, 8, 9 so easy. And look what just happened there.
Exactly.
A good player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, if I'm playing somebody, a simple gambling match or even a big gambling match, the first thing I say to them before we play is, okay, by the way, just so you know, I've got a couple of little idiosyncrasies that might call them, but they're my thing. One is I'll always check the rack if you're racking for me. It's not about you. It's about me. I want to know what I'm breaking. I have the right to do so. I'm going to check the rack. I'm probably not going to make you re-rack it, but if I do, it's because it's pretty bad. The other thing is I never give the 9 ball. Never have, never will. I'm not going to start today with you. So just, and I'd recommend and prefer if you don't give it to me. But if you do, I'm not going to argue. So you gotta put yourself in a position where you're not putting any real pressure on the person. You're not getting in their face, but you're making it clear that. So if you don't want to play, that's fine. We won't play. You can choose now. So now that was he had ball in hand. There was no reason for him to have this position on the 9 ball. That's because what sloppiness is. What that is. It doesn't matter what level we're at if we're playing, because he's got the ability not to do that. He's just played sloppy. Now he might make it anyway. But.
Well, I expect him to make it.
Right, but it's a lot easier to miss it than it would be if he's a foot away straight in. What is this?
Edward Hoffman posted in here. Efren would be all over you like ugly on ape for conceding because he learns from bad shots and stuff. He's being funny, but
I've never seen Efren all over anybody, but Efren wouldn't like it either. No, we don't. The top pros, We didn't do it on the Pro Tour at all. And I think a lot of those players developed that habit after that as well, the ones that were always giving it, because some of them got caught giving it as a habit. Don't even, and then go, oh, my goodness, what did I just do?
Yeah.
Right? Because that's a habit that they've got, and habits are more powerful than anything. So we have to be careful what kind of habits we develop.
Well, there's not only that, but you do learn from mistakes that you make as well. You know, so
Absolutely.
you see something really weird happen and you think, I wonder if I can do that on purpose, kind of a thing. You know, it's like,
Well, that cue ball was all over the place, but he's going to be happy here. He's going to have a shot at the 1. Fairly easy to get on the 3, to get on the 4. So it's really got lots of good stuff here. He can do many things. He can just roll this in and end up with almost straight in 3 ball, where he can go off of the side rail, end rail, or he can go off the end rail by jacking up a little bit. He could also scratch, depending on how he hits it, but he's going to go off the end rail here, hit it firm. That's right. That's a good shot. Very good, especially if you don't put any left English on there. You might end up behind the 7. So that's very good that he hit that way. It's a perfect spot. So stop this ball and just play the 4 in the other corner. Well, he was trying to get himself further away from the 4, but he just could have just made the ball. He was fine. I'm all for perfection of where the cue ball is going to go, but not at the expense of missing the ball.
yeah.
Obviously. It's an obvious statement, but really people, like what he just did was, he just said, I'm going to get a little bit more perfect here, and you overcut it and missed the ball. I think you can see enough of this to throw this in a little bit with a little bit of right English. Doesn't have to hit it very hard. In fact, doesn't want to hit it very hard. That's way too hard there. He's giving himself a chance to screw up. Oh, he's all right.
Yeah.
But, whew. Now, this can be tricky from the 6 to the 7, 7 to the 8 here. So give this a lot of respect. Yeah, that's good, except on the rail isn't necessary. Could have come up off the rail a few inches.
All right, I have a question.
Sure.
Do I know the score of Alicia and Rob? That score is 5-4. I do not know who is up on, but they're close.
What?
No. I think those are all filled, to tell you the truth. So.
So sometimes we just have to take what we've got here and just rolling this ball in, is probably the right shot here. I don't see very many safeties. Rolling the ball in, and if you want to play a safety on the 7, if you don't have a shot, that's fine. But I think here the best idea is to make this ball center of the pocket, swish. Don't do too much with the cue ball because you're going to decrease your chance of making the ball by a huge amount.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what he did with that 5 ball, and it came back. But that kind of is going to give him confidence to do it again, maybe. Oh, he might be okay here. That might not be bad.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was trying to do, but. So Will's got a whole bunch of easy safeties here, really good safeties that he could do. There's a number of them. Or he could cut this ball in the corner and just let the cue ball go 1, 2, 3, or 4 rails. He looks like he's going to play it, but he's playing it with right English. Yeah, overcut that. Yeah, it was so easy to overcut that. And he hit it kind of soft. I don't think he knew where his cue ball was going, but yeah, I think the safety was the best move there. So this, because of where the 8 ball is, this could be a little bit tricky, but I think his best bet is just going to go 2 rails here. He might want to go 3, but I can't tell for sure exact angle. But see, that he's got his right foot forward, but I just don't like the way he's holding the cue stick. It's more like this. You want to be holding it more like this, not like this, for doing a draw shot especially. Of course, people can't see me when I'm doing. I'm sorry. Okay. Yes, I'm a snooker player from way back, so we played with the bridge a lot, right? A lot. Probably the best player with a bridge in this room would be Brady Golan, I would think. He's played more snooker. Well, maybe as much as me anyway. Certainly as much as me.
I have never played snooker.
That's a tough game.
It's a long way down to the end of that table.
Long way. A lot of walking going on.
That, and here in the States, you can't find a snooker table anyway, unless it's a 10-foot. That's it.
Well, you've got some. You got 3 6x12s at Empire Billiards in Redmond. You've got.
I did not know that.
Yeah, three 6x12s there, and the owner of the club, Cece, is also the 2018 Western Canadian champion.
Oh.
First time American ever won. An event of that magnitude and that size in Canada. I think he beat Brady Golan in the finals.
Wow.
And actually, I've given a number of snooker lessons over at that club, as well as pool as well. They also have a Chinese 8-ball table, but an 8-foot. So I believe he's going to cut this in. 1, 2, 3 rails for a position on the 9. Oh man, he's trying to just do a soft one. That's harder to make the ball when you do that. When you're shooting that kind of a cut and you hit it that soft, it's really easily 9 out of 10 times a person misses it. They're going to miss it too thick, and they're going to miss it, but probably 7 or 8 times out of 10 anyway, at least. But if you hit it firmer when you go 1, 2, 3 rails, you're going to make that way more often. So he needed to come up further than that. So it was just sloppy again because there's no question it was easy to go past the middle diamond. He wasn't focusing on, just focusing on making the ball and just barely coming out. So he puts himself in a bad position here for no reason. And again, that's not about intelligence or have to be a great player. It's just lack of concern. Cut this in the corner. He should scratch on the side. So that's the next best thing. Missing it thick and then don't scratch on the side. It looks to me the way he looked at that like he's going to cut that in, which I highly recommend against. I believe the best shot here is to knock the 9-ball back down table into the center of the table. So just knock it straight back to freeze to the back rail or get as close to back rail as possible. That's the safety to play here. The other option is to bank it the corner nice and hard in case you miss it, and they might go another pocket. But I like that's another option, but you generally leave a fairly good bank, fairly easy bank with that shot. Yeah, I don't want my opponent shooting this shot because I expect him to make it. Although frozen to the rail with the cue ball is a good thing. I think he left it fairly tough. I don't know how far off the rail that is, but looks to me like he's going to play it in the side. That's how he's looking at it. Yeah.
Okay. So that puts Darren up 4-2 over Will Wilson. So, RC, if you're asking who's commentating, I've got Paul Poitier here with me, and I'm Adrienne Beach with Real Drill Productions. Paul is gracious enough to sit in and help me out a little bit before his match.
We should be up soon.
soon.
2 o'clock anyway, I think. So this is the first year I think we've ever put the streaming at this table, right? We've always had it over on whatever that table number was before. It's a good spot, not bad.
Yeah, this works here.
And this table's playing well. I like the way the table's playing. We found this is the third match, or 2.5 matches that I've commentated, and that wing ball has gone in probably 104% of the time. Certainly, maybe not 100%, but it's gone in quite often. And the one ball actually has been going in quite a bit too, but not when you hit it as hard as he just hit it. Not that that was super hard, but it was harder than you need to on this table. It's a stop shot, pretty much, has been working well. But of course, that only is going to work if your rack is straight, and the one ball is in the right spot on the spot. However, that line is not where that one ball is actually spotted isn't as important as the rack being perfectly straight.
Right.
To make that wing ball or the one ball. Because you can actually make that wing ball, if you get a magic rack, you can make the wing ball in the corner, even if the 9 ball is spotted on the spot, if you just don't hit it too hard. If you hit it too hard, you're going to get too many balls in its way.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Well, there was almost no doubt that ball was going to scratch in the corner when he's shooting off the rail with the side pocket. He just was hoping it wasn't going to. So sometimes, again, we get into that denial position, and we almost close our eyes and go, maybe not this time. So he's got a problem with the 4 ball there, 4-7. So even if he makes the 2 and makes the 3, so he needs to get himself in a position to either get the 3 ball where he can break out the 4, or to get on the other side of the 4 where he can then really snooker him badly. But most people don't look at playing a ball to play safe on the next ball. I don't know what he's doing there. I don't know if that 4 ball goes. Is that 4 ball go?
I do that all the time.
That 4 ball go?
Yeah. I don't. Let's look.
Well, a 4 ball went because he hit that into the rail, side rail. So that went. From here, it looks like it was tied up from that 7, didn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you see where the cue ball is now? You'd like to make the 4 ball and have the cue ball come back to almost exactly where it is now, but about 3 or 4 inches closer to the rail. That would be a perfect position from this 4 ball. So he wants to do that with 1 rail, actually. You could do 2 rails as well, catching the rail, a side rail closer to where the cue ball is. Depends on how much angle he's got here, or whether he puts right English in the ball or not. So he's got the rail. This is very good, as long as he doesn't scratch. That's the problem with hitting it that hard and coming towards the corner pocket. That's why I like the 1 rail on that shot. So what you don't want to do here is you don't want to get straight on the 6. That's the position you don't want to be in. So you want to give yourself about a half ball, even
Yeah.
a three-quarter ball shot on the 6th ball. Either way, whether you're back cutting it or you're cutting it the other way, either way. But the best way to play this shot is to get yourself not quite the center of the table, but just short of the center of the table and a little bit closer this way, a little bit more, as I said, to about a half ball shot. Get about, so get as close as you can without jeopardizing your angle. That's not where you want to be. He might have enough angle to be able to get over there, but he was really taking a chance of getting too straight there. All right, he's good. It's perfect now. Well, that'll work. We don't really like to run into balls when we don't have to, but it worked for him. And we got more of a match going on here now at 4-3. All right.
Okay, there we go.
So what is the name of the new owners here now?
I've met them. I met them last year, and I do not remember their names.
Well, thank you guys for
Yes.
continuing this tradition of the Spokane Open. See, that's unfortunately what Will hasn't. Oh, he made a ball though, but what he hasn't noticed from other players playing is that you don't have to hit the balls hard on these days. It's better not to. It's better to hit them solid, make that wing ball and the one ball, and then go from there instead of trying to force the balls in. This is a really good safety opportunity here. He's got so many different things he can do. I think he's just left a big window.
Yep, he did.
Well, he can make this 3-ball, and one ball, and the 3-ball does go. So pretty much all he's got to do is make the 1 and not snooker himself, and he could, make the 3 if he wants as well. I don't think there's any doubt that he's going to go for this one. It's just about where he's thinking about getting the cue ball afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I was I was commenting, thinking, geez, I think the crossbank corner is the right shot here, and then float back up because you can. It's a two-way shot. I wouldn't, denial to go after this 5-ball. Then he hits it perfect. I said, I don't think I could have hit that ball like that. Nope. I mean, he was almost frozen to the rail. He was like this close to the rail when he shot that shot. Well,
Brian Butler was commentating one of my matches one time. I was just making everything from out of nowhere.
PJ Massacott, by the way, folks, if you don't know, is just coming in here and giving us a little earful.
You can have put
You
on
wanna
a
get on here?
headset.
Come on over.
Yeah,
Come on over.
Lots of commentating.
come on.
So Brian Butler did what? What was he doing? You were saying?
What?
You were saying Brian Butler something?
No.
There's a headset right there.
He was commentating one of my matches.
Uh-huh.
And I was just making shots, I couldn't see it, so it was like I had to watch it back.
Oh, yeah, right. I watch all my matches.
He's like, oh, well, I didn't see that.
So that's the headset right there.
Put her on.
Okay, say something, PJ. Okay. Now you're live.
Nice.
Good. Thank you.
I was just watching from my hotel, and that was a great shot what he made on the 5-ball there.
Oh,
Stroke
okay.
that in.
So you saw it online.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
You heard
just
my
got
bad
it.
commentating then. But
saw-
I do the cross bank on the 5 here, and
Yeah.
two-way shot.
And wow.
Boom,
Wow,
he smokes
he hit, wow, he hit that good.
Better than I would have hit it.
Yeah.
I got no problem saying that. You shoot a lot of shots better than I would have hit them too, oftentimes.
Yeah, I like playing aggressive, especially on these tables. They're playing really nice.
But PJ, you're mostly a 7-foot table player, aren't you? Though, really, aren't you? No.
Lately I've been pretty much all 9
right.
foot. Yeah.
I was just a little bit lower than he needed to, but it worked out good.
Yeah.
He's a little close to that 3-ball to be able to.
Yeah, to get back down.
Unless, of course, he's got more angle than it looks like. If he's got more angle, then just punch it a little bit, come into the rail here, and he's got a better angle. Or he's going the other way, it looks like to me. This is going to be. Somebody should be watching this hit. Actually, it's a legal hit.
Yeah.
but not a good hit.
Tough shot.
Yeah, it was. No question.
In that case, that was maybe a cross bank come float down.
It could also be a great safety. I mean, he's got 3 balls down here that he's close to. He's really close to the 3-ball. He's got 3 more balls on the other side. There's so many things he can do
I'm
to
just
tie
thinking
him up.
yeah, but if you were going to be aggressive there, maybe that was a better aggressive play.
The cross bank.
Yeah.
Hard to tell from this angle.
Well, he pretty
you
much
might be right.
He pretty much knew he wasn't getting good shape on that 4-ball.
Wow, that's a little bit overcut there, and
That's the thing on these tables, though. Hey, if you
Pockets are big.
if you overcut a little bit because they're so quick and slippery with the new cloth, the cue ball can just. I mean, your shape's off by a foot or 2 sometimes, right?
yeah, it can be.
Depending on where you're making the ball in the pocket.
Yeah, so even though these pockets are very forgiving, the perfect position is still the
Which is
order
where
of the day.
You need to
wanna-
know where you're making the ball in the pocket.
Yes,
If
exactly.
you want to get your good position, because if you don't make it where you want to.
See how far that's going to go. Whoa, my goodness. Well, I guess it worked out perfect. Bounce off a backboard here, a bicycle there. You never know.
Yeah, that was floating down behind the 9-ball, I think.
What's that? Go around 2 rail? Oh, yeah, he would have been either corner
he
pocket.
Was,
or
he was down by the corner there.
This is just slide out 1 rail, just past the middle of the table. Nice and easy. A little bit more English than I would have used, but that's fine. You can either go 2 rails now, spin it 2 rails, and
Pretty much
just
all.
about where he is right now, or in the middle of the table, which I like.
Yeah, middle table shape. From
Or he
here.
can stun it, draw right English, and just miss the 8-ball, hit the rail, and come back to the middle of the table as well. So the finishing position is the same regardless.
Yeah, just middle table shape from
Yeah,
here should be
center
good.
table, yeah. Well, he didn't need to hit that much draw, more of a stun draw, where he's pushing the cue ball into the rail and then out instead of deep draw into the 8-ball like that.
Yeah, turned out pretty sporty.
It turned
though.
out great. It's like wow, watch this advanced position play. Just stop the ball here. Finds himself on the rail quite a bit.
So is this, I just got here, is this to tie the match, or is this?
No, this to go ahead 5-3.
Okay.
He was ahead 3-0. Oh my goodness, I think he might have made it. Okay then.
Nothing but net.
Yeah. It's just, again, I mentioned it a number of times when I'm commentating that it's not about a person's inability to be able to play and make these balls. It's just about getting sloppy. Getting sloppy is what does it for all these guys. They make a habit of getting sloppy.
Yeah.
Their ability is higher than way they were playing because
Yeah, I find I get sloppy if I'm playing a lot of box pool.
a lot of what kind of pool?
Box pool, 7-footers.
7-footers?
Yeah. Oh,
I like to be even more precise on those because you
Yeah,
get smaller room there, and we had a nice
just-
match one time, nice
Oh,
long
yeah.
one,
yeah, we did.
and you notice like I like getting really, really perfect position on those tables.
Yeah.
Not
yeah,
much room to move.
Yeah, same here. Just find it can develop,
In fact,
develop bad habits for people.
the game that I've won the most tournaments at is 8-ball
More of a
on a
punch
bar
stroke.
table. What's that?
Yeah. The bar box, I just find, and I see in a lot of people, can just develop kind of a punch stroke, right?
Try that again.
Is that better?
Oh, boy,
geez.
yeah.
Oh, hello.
Welcome. He's arrived.
So the A side should be starting up again here soon.
That would mean I'd be up there right away.
Yeah, I'm up pretty quick too, I think.
So the next up on this table here is this match here, Wayne Greenhall and
Yeah.
I can't read the name of the second guy, Stephen Weekly. On the rail again.
Yeah, nice natural shape though.
It's all speed control. Back on the rail again.
Yeah, keeps it fun.
If you say so. A little bit of top spin, right English. Come on back for the 5-ball in the side pocket where the 9-ball is.
The corner, even.
Or corner. But don't try and get above it like he's trying to do now. There's no reason for that. There's 6 pockets in this table.
That's right. Yeah, I just go straight top, maybe even a little bit of inside for me. Depending on where you want to make it in the pocket, right?
I'd like to put the cue ball almost where it is now, but just a little bit straighter for the 5.
It's actually a big pocket, so you can play it on the left side of the pocket or the right side of the pocket, depending.
Yeah, exactly.
And just play.
He's seeing it as a problem where it's really
It's just a
he's
straight top.
jacking up. And now he might get successful here, but there's no need. And successful in making the ball, but not in getting position where all you had to do is go forward and come back.
Yeah.
The key is again, it's not about, from my perspective, from my experiences, it's not about lack of intelligence, PJ. It's about the skills that they don't have of looking, searching for other options,
And
getting sloppy.
I find kind of just like we saw in that, like a lack of commitment. If you're going to actually jack up and play that shot, you got to commit to it, right?
Correct.
And he just didn't look like he committed to that to me.
He's actually in great shape here for getting on that 7-ball now to bank this
Yeah.
and then come around 2 rails here. 1, 2, 3 rails for the 7-ball on the side. It's like perfect.
Yeah.
But he's got to know that, and most of the time people don't know that. When they're playing a bank, they're not sure where the cue ball is going. But here, the cue ball would definitely go if you put right
Just a
English
nice-
on it,
yeah.
bank it, perfect.
Nice natural follow.
But I don't think he sees it. He sees himself in a trouble position where he's really not. And
Ooh,
way too hard,
way
too.
too hard, yeah.
And no need for that at all. But this is pretty good.
What do we know?
I don't know anything. Plan B. and actually, he's taking away the rails on the side here too. So this is going to be very difficult. It's about, if you got one of those poppers, this is a popper time. Yep, this is a popper time. Just to make sure you hit the ball. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
that 7-ball, only goes in a couple pockets.
Not going anywhere.
So you're not really going to be trying to get position. Just want to hit the 6. Make it if you're lucky. He's not doing it. He's going to kick at it. I'm pretty sure he's got a popper. Maybe he doesn't.
Oh, he must. It's just a little too close, maybe, and stretched out. Ooh, great
That's a
hit.
great hit. Very, very good kick. I hope the audience out there is all clapping. We're touching the table. He deserves a little bit of that. So this actually isn't even all that easy to play a snooker here. This isn't that easy at all. When you could spin off the right-hand side of it, hit it thin, but spin off it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then under behind the 7 and the 8.
Yeah, with the risk of leaving
the
a
6
shot.
is going over the hole. Oh, he's going to do it that way, where he's.
Yeah, he hit that nice.
Yeah, that's all right. It's okay.
Always tough when you're thinning a ball like that.
Oh, absolutely. Very difficult.
As everybody saw yesterday in Jeff Boucher's match there.
With missed the ball.
When he missed that thin. Gave up all in hand.
That just wasn't enough focus on your head. You have to. You gotta let your mind visualize things clearly before you shoot.
I would have long banked that corner in that 6 ball yesterday when he tried chipping on. Well, this is a fun shot.
This might be a little while here, these 4 balls. I might be commentating for a few more minutes here. He might make the 6, but he's going to be having some trouble with the 7. He's over the ball here. This is where you just hit center ball, get up, and just stop the ball. That's it. Then you just do what you ever do on the 6 ball, or 7 ball. Don't try and get back down table. What are you getting back down table for?
Off the rail. Big pockets. New cloth can be fun to play around with.
Yeah, when you're fooling around. I mean, when you're in a tournament, you want to be.
Oh, that was a tough safety. That was a tough everything there.
It was a tough everything, yeah. Here you can actually make this ball, spin it with left English, and go off 2 rails and hit the 7. You can hit it harder than that, though. This is right, but you got to hit the 7. See, you would hit the 7 if you hit it firm enough. You hit a shot. The time to look was before.
Yeah,
but that's okay. This is a good shot here. This is a good shot right here. Don't hit it very hard. Come on, go.
Feel up behind the 8.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. You can see it, but you can see it, but he can't make it in the side.
Yeah, no, that goes in the corner.
Yeah.
That goes in the corner with kind of an option to leave it behind the 8 as well. Play the 8 ball up in the same corner. It's tough. Not getting the comment.
Okay. Or not go in the corner and sell it out.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a draw shot here. You don't need any English at all. I generally use right English on this anyway myself, just because I like shooting this with a little bit of right English.
Yeah, same.
And then come up off the rail, get straight in on the 8. I like to hit that a little bit harder because I know it's straight. I want to come off the rail.
Oh, he hit that nice.
What's that?
I said he hit that 8 ball nice.
Yeah, he did.
I turned my head for 1 second. 9 ball straight in. He also had a late night last night. Early morning this morning.
Do you ever not have a late night?
No, him.
Oh, he did.
Will did, yeah.
Who? Will?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, during the weekend.
Yeah,
this weekend.
Running the tournament, everything else.
Yes, the tournament directors
Yeah, he's still looking
at this
pretty
tournament
fresh.
always have have pretty late nights.
Yeah. And early morning.
In both ways of talking about them, yeah. And early mornings, yes.
Yeah.
Did you have to play this morning or no? You're in the winner's bracket, Mr.
Yes,
PJ?
sir.
All right. All righty. A little bit, again, the thing about these tables is you don't have to try and hit them hard.
No, I'm not hitting him hard at all.
You're better off.
I'm just doing a straight, just a straight cue ball control break.
Really, it the way with the magic rack on these tables playing 9-ball, a person could put a 9-pack on a person.
Oh yeah.
And there's a lot of players in here that have the ability to do that.
I'm not breaking hard. My last match, I was making 3 balls sometimes on a soft break.
Yeah.
And without
controlling the cue ball.
without using the magic rack.
Oh.
I actually watched Brady and Will play yesterday. They were using the magic rack, and I saw 4 dry breaks in a row with the magic rack.
Well, they try to hit the balls too hard, probably.
Brady likes to hit them a little harder.
I like to hit them a little harder too, but not if I don't have to.
Yeah, same. Yeah. 10 ball, I hit them hard. 9 ball, not so much.
Actually, with 10 ball, it depends too. If I got the magic rack with 10 ball and I'm playing on a diamond table, I'm going to do the same break I do in Chinese 8-ball, where I make those 2 balls behind the 1 ball into the side pocket.
Yeah,
or at least one of them, and control Whitey to come back down table a little bit. And
I'm not trying to crush him like I used to actually for anything. Just don't have to.
In fact, playing quite a bit of Chinese 8-ball has helped me in my other games as well.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Is he playing the bank here? Does he have a bank, or is he just playing a safety?
No, he should be able to make that in the corner.
Can he make this ball?
Yeah, he's just trying to get the best shape he can, I think.
I can't tell from here. It doesn't look like he can make it from here.
No, he's got it in the corner.
Lots of room?
Yeah, he's just checking for best possible shape he can get. Perfect.
Was good. Now here I draw back about another 2 or 3 inches to make sure I have good angle with this 3-ball. I don't want to go forward. Okay, go forward. Well, he's got that same angle I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
But that was the hard way of getting there. You can you can get behind the 8 or the 7 ball here if you don't be careful.
Or he could not even. Yeah.
That's good.
Perfect.
Not that I want to be straight on this ball, but actually he's got some angle here. This is all right. With these pockets, he can cheat this pocket, put a little bit of right English, go forward.
You can
go
do
past
whatever
the
you
side
want
pocket.
from here, yeah.
Yeah, right English, go past the side pocket, be straight in on the 7. This young fellow looks like he works out quite a bit.
The way he stroked that 5 in.
No, just look at his the way he stroked that 5 in too. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to keep coming back to that 5 ball. Right?
I just thought it was funny.
You needed more right English on that.
Yeah.
There's no reason. Maximum right English, and you float right up there easily.
Yeah, he could have cut it a little more in the pocket too.
Well, here he's got a freebie bank draw left English. Have the cue ball come out by the 9 and miss the 7, and it goes to the end rail.
Yeah.
He's got that, or he's got
even top inside, play the 8 in the side, depending on what his preference is.
Or you can just roll up to the 7 ball as well. Just roll up to it to hit the rail and freeze onto it, so you're straight on. The guy's got nothing he can do really. I don't see too many of those shots played, do you, in 9 ball, but they're pretty powerful if you know how to do it.
Yeah, they are. That's more of an aggressive game for sure. I always like.
I like that shot just harder. Like that's way too soft.
Yeah, I like 2-way shots.
It's got to be.
It's always good to play 2-way
Absolutely,
shots.
there's no reason not to there. You hit that ball harder and still would have had shape on the 8, but would have left it safe for sure. Maybe even snookered if you'd have hit it at the right speed. Plus, it's a lot harder to make that ball playing at that speed. You just kind of like, it's like
Yeah.
you're throwing it or something.
No, it looked like he decelerated on that one.
Yeah,
which
exactly. Decelerated there.
Pretty much always cause you to miss.
He's going to cut this to the side.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. And you got it harder.
I think he's all right.
Jack up, and let's see what happens here.
Oh, ooh,
Well, look what we got here, guys. We got a 5-5.
nice. I'm sorry, I got to take a break.
5-5.
5-5. Enjoy watching, guys.
Thanks for helping out there, PJ. Okay, well, he made a ball, got a shot. Got a shot to even get positioned on the 2, so that's good. Straight on the 2, so he can draw this ball back right to where he is now. If he's got some angle, he can go forward and spin around, but I think he's going to try and draw this ball back. Yeah, that's good. A little straight. Now he wants to do this. Depends on how much angle he's got. If he's got enough angle, he can go forward into the rail and back out to the middle of the table, or even draw it back. But it looks like he's fairly straight. And that's no fault to him there, because to be able to draw that ball to perfect position to not be straight was very, very difficult. You wanted to make sure you make it. And that's good, just to come out to give himself the right angle on the 5 ball. That's great. And then just draw a few inches back or stun it over to the rail. It's going forward, it looks like. Okay, well, that works. That was a nice little nudge. That was a friendly nudge. Oof, it went in. It went in. He can just draw over or go forward and come back. And he's going to go forward and come back up. That's good. All right. Well, Will takes a lead. He's up 6-5. How about that? There's a back and forth match.
Yeah.
Down 3-0 and then tied at 4-4, down 5-4. And now he's in control at 6-5.
He is on the hill.
What's that?
He's on the hill.
Are we playing race to 9 both sides?
I know, it's a race to 7 on the B side.
Oh.
Until you get into the
Race to 7 on the B side.
Yeah, now it is today.
until they get to the money rounds.
Falling to final. I guess.
Knew it was going to happen.
What's that?
You knew it was going to happen. This many people. Yeah, you have to do something with the race.
Okay, let's see if he takes a little bit off of this and just tries to pop the. Nope, he wants to hit him hard. Okay, well, he hit him good actually and made a ball. Unfortunately, he's jacked up over the 3 ball here.
There was 102 players.
102 players, yeah.
Yeah.
welcome Marty Turpin.
Thank you.
Well, hey, Marty.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine.
Wonderful.
Marty and I had a special Thai lunch. It was a hot pot treated by by Marty's host, Rick
Denzel.
Denzel, and his
I might not be pronouncing
wife.
it correctly.
Sounds good
Thanks
to me.
for exposing that in front of thousands of people.
It was an interesting and delicious lunch.
Yeah. So it looks like we have a little bit of a battle going on here.
We do, Marty. At first,
Darren and Will.
Darren was up 3-0, looking like he was just going to, like a cakewalk for him. And then it got to 4-4. And then Darren got to 5-4 on him. And then Will's now ahead. And, well, except for that shot, he was looking very good. He just kind of didn't hit low enough on the ball there and lost Whitey a little bit. But he does have a shot at the 8 into the corner. Or the side, I suppose. But I think he's going to play the corner. And he made it.
Good shot.
A little firm, but he's got a shot. He's got no chance of scratching here, so he's going to be fine. Or no problem about scratching. Just make the ball. Oh, we got to hit that ball harder and thinner. No reason to baby that. Come off 2 rails easily is better. When you do that, you do take a chance of hitting it too thick. When you hit a ball that soft, that type of a cut, especially with a 9 ball, you want to really think about the lines of where you're going to go. And well, there's a turnaround there. One game sometimes can be a big thing in a match, and here it's a big thing, going from either 7-5 to 6-6.
Yeah.
The other guy breaking. That's a big
Can
difference.
cause what we call a momentum shift.
A momentum shift. We've had a lot of that happening today, last couple of days on matches right here at this table.
Yeah.
Momentum shifts. So has there been any upsets that we know of in this tournament? Adrian?
I haven't seen any.
Of course, that's kind of a relative thing anyway, right?
Yeah,
Depends-
and at this point, it's
But a guy like Stan being taken out, gone to the losers bracket early would be an upset. A guy like Brady.
Well, it depends on who he draws, though.
Right, if it's Brady and Stan, well,
Yeah.
no upset, you don't know, right? But
Everyone's upset.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, if Brady and Stan are playing each other, no one's upset.
Except Brady
Yeah.
and Stan.
Right.
Well, Mike Robinson is an upset. Who did he lose to? He lost.
Let me look here.
Oh, sorry, he lost to Stephen Holm. That's not an upset.
No, that's not an upset. Yeah, it all depends on who you draw.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. So Mike Robinson lost to Stephen Holm. So Stephen had a relatively difficult second match to have to play Mike Robinson. Mike plays very well. He's had some high finishes here. Is Joe Spence still in the winner's bracket?
I'm looking.
Dan Louis. Dan Louis is, yeah. Oh, Dan Louis, Stan Tourangeau next up. Oh, wow. How about that for a match, folks? How did you do? How'd you do?
I didn't play it.
Oh, I thought you were up. Oh, you're up right here. That's right. That's right. Yes. Yeah. Oh, trying to do too much with the
Ouch.
ball there. Trying to do too
Yeah.
much. I mean, you can cheat these pockets, but you can't cheat them outside of the pocket.
Well, and it's interesting too. Is sometimes when you have a very makeable run of the rack, you start thinking too many balls ahead. Like you start focusing on winning, you start focusing on the next ball, and you just, which is a good thing to strategize about all your shots. However, if you don't actually think about the shot in front of you, that's when you miss the easy stuff.
That's right. If you don't give the respect to the balls that you got to shoot. So that's a little hard there for no reason. And he might have scratched there. Well, I see. I mean, he's a foot and a half further than he needed to be. So it was about too hard. It wasn't about the table doing anything to him, but he just hit it too hard. And that's the type of Will has got enough ability. He just gets too sloppy with some of the shots.
And this can be a contest of who manages their frustration the best.
That's right. That's right. That's right. There's no reason to stress.
I thought
like
it was
this,
about pool, but I'm now prepared to forecast who wins this game.
All right. Well, 7. That's the end. Then that's the set.
Yeah.
And that didn't have to be. Will could have won that set. He just didn't.
Yeah. No,
Just-
he'll take that to sleep with him tonight.
All right, so our next match is going to be Wayne
Green Hawk,
Greenhaw and Stephen Weekly.
Stephen Weekly.
So 628 against a 683.
Oh, okay. Well, that it could be that they're both very close. Who's the 683?
Stephen Weekly.
Okay. Well, Wayne can play against anybody, so
Yeah.
he can beat anybody. Depends on which Wayne comes to the party.
Okay. So I thank you guys for commentating this match.
Thank
Really,
you.
really appreciate it.
I can't wait to see the check in the mail. That'd be great.
Me either.
Wow, and I came in on the very tail end, so if I'm getting a check, that's awesome.
All right, so I'm going to go offline and reset everything, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes.
All righty.